Now to start, what we are going to do here is first we are going to go to our browser, and now we are going to type here Python, because first we are going to download Python. So Python download. This will take us to the python.org, which is an official site of Python. Okay, and simply here we got the latest version, that is download Python 3.9.6. this is what we have to first download. So always there are two steps. Okay, the one is downloading the file, and the another one is to install it. So this is done here. This may take little more time in your system according to the configuration of the system you are using. Okay, so this is done. Now I'm going to minimize this window and I'm going to go to the download section to check where this file is. Just click this one and find out where is your file downloaded. It is here. What are you going to do now? Next is just double click on this. Okay, most important, add Python 3.9 to path. This is what you have to check. Okay, then install. Here my Python is installed. I'm going to go and check later on after this process and open the IDLE of Python. See how quickly it is done. Okay, this depends on your Wi-Fi connection also, speed, your system configuration, many things. So if it is taking time in your system, do not worry. Let it complete. That's done now. Now I'm going to go and check, just hit on the refresh, which is actually not required, but is good practice. We had just installed something new. Now I'm going to my start window and I'm going to find out where my Python is there. See, yeah, here, the new one. Okay, let me show you. And here are all the things that you want to check. I just want to go to IDLE of Python, that I want to check whether my Python is working. Here it is. Let's write print hello world. Yeah, we got our first code executing properly. So this is interactive mode. Okay, directly whatever you write, this is going to show the output here itself like this. Okay, interactive mode. This way, if you want, you can simply type your text and immediately you're going to see the output, but nothing is saved actually in interactive mode. So what we do if we want to write a program that we want to save for the future purpose, so where we can go to new file. This is the script mode window or so the simple program just we write. For example, a variable A, variable B, as 40, some variables we have taken, then we are taking a print statement, and in print statement we are here giving sum is equal to and comma A plus B. Now you need to first save your file. If you don't save this, you won't be able to execute it. So just save your file. First program .py. Okay, save. Now this is done and it's ready to execute. Now I'm going to execute this module. Here I got my answer, sum is equal to 60. See the output you're going to see in the interactive mode only. Okay, so what is this for? The script mode is for the purpose of storing the program. If you want, you for the later use, and if you just to have input and output properly in a procedure, if you want, this is what you can go for script mode. Now children, but again, what you can have in your system is an IDLE, that is apart from this one which is given by the Python, so that you can see your files properly. You can have your terminal, like here if you are going to execute your program, you have to go to interactive mode. The output is given in the interactive mode, but the better way will be to have an IDLE which can well organize all the things. We will have the coding lab area We can have the terminal there itself to see the output. We can have a list of files. We can save and create a file there itself. Any file, when you click this, that will be shown in the coding area. So all these features, if you work on, what you need is, you need an IDE. So different IDE are provided. For example, on net, if you're working, you can work on Jupyter Notebook, or you can just have PyCharm, or if you want, you can have VS Code. So today we are just trying to learn how to download and install and set up the VS Code for the purpose of Python. Okay. So I'm going to just cancel all these things. Now we don't no more require these things, and go back to the browser. Okay. Now VS Code. Just write down VS Code download. The way we have done, similar here also we will go. VS, this is what a vscode.com. Even you can go to the first one. This is VS Code. Here first we have to tell the particular operating system we are using. We are using Windows operating system, so we are going to click on Windows operating system. This is going to show us which version. So this is definitely going to show us the latest one. Okay, now you can hit on this download button. Your VS Code will be downloaded. Okay, it's done. It's done already. Now minimize this window. Go to your download section here. Now the steps are same. Okay. See, here we got it. Now I'm going to hit double click on this. I accept the agreement. Now it's asking me nothing we have to change. Okay, let it go. Wherever it wants to install your or save your files, let it go. Don't browse. Just go for next. You want to create a startup menu folder. Just go for next. Now here you have to be careful. Again, see, what we want is add to path is one thing that must always be checked, and create a desktop icon is what we want. Okay, then add and open with the code. Yes, this is also we want. Add open with the code action explorer directory contests. Okay, register code, this much only. Or even if you want, you can check all of them. But basically you must have this create an icon, then open code. This is also very important, and add to path is very important. Now I'm hitting on install. This is what is getting installed in the system. As I told you, it may take little time as per your system configuration. Okay, your RAM, your processor, everything work here. See children, this is done. Now I'm going to hit on the finish. Now what next we are going to do is, we are going to just create one new folder. Okay, and whatever you want to name it. For example, Python programs. Okay, so this is your folder, Python programs. Now go to your VS Code. Now after creating this folder, go to your VS Code, click to open it, and this is, see here, this, maximize it. Now go to the file. Okay, click on this one, then go to open folder. Find out where your folder you created on desktop. Go to desktop, and what was the name? That is here, Python programs. Click select. So your folder is open. Okay, now few more things you have to do. What you have to do is, right now there is no extension over here. Okay, you have to go to this one. Now do one thing, go to this extension and here type code runner. Okay, so this is installed on my system. When you are going to get this one like this, you will get a button that is installed and you have to hit on that, and it will take few minutes to get installed so that you can get a code run button like this. Okay, this is done. Now once this is done, the next thing what we will do next, what we are going to do is we are going to this one. Already the folder is open. Now going to that folder, click on this one and you can have your first program1.py. When you are going to press enter, see here Python extension. So this will finally search because already we have added the path and all this environment is set, no? So this is going to take it automatically. Once this is done, now here you can write any program that you want. I'm writing hello user and I'm going to execute this. So when you are going to execute, it is going to show you the terminal. See here, hello user. So this is our first program in VS Code that we have successfully executed. Okay, so I hope you understand now. And what else you will be doing here is whenever you want any file that new program, if you want, simply you have to click on this one, give your program name. For example, area of rectangle program.py. Okay, here it is, the window. So this is your program number 1 window. This is area rectangle window. This is your welcome window that you can cancel right now. And here you can go and write any program of your choice. So this is VS Code also we have set now. Okay, now work for your MySQL also, because you'll be working on MySQL also this year. So let's get MySQL in the system. Just type MySQL, press enter. You are going to see the official site. This one is the official site. Go to this MySQL, go to downloads, scroll down a little bit and go for this one, that is community download, MySQL installer for Windows. And here you can go for the first one, that is, and it will be downloaded in your system. Hit on just start my download. Here, as you can see, it is getting downloaded over here. Okay, once this is done, we'll go back and we'll open our download section, the file where it is downloaded. Here it is. I'm going to double click on this one. This will ask if there is any need of making a changes in the system. Do you allow? Hit on yes. All. Now here you need few more things, that is, now we are going for custom installation because we are going to direct it what we want. So here it is, the first one, that is server, which server we want. Here we are going to select it manually. We want 8.0, and after selection just hit on this arrow. This will be dragged over here, this side. Now just click on this one. This is the first one we want. Okay, drag it here. Then just scroll down a little bit more, and in the application, which application do you want? Do you want a workbench? Yes, we do want a workbench. So which one? The first one again. We need this workbench also. See, then we don't have to install the workbench separately. This will be done here itself. Now is the shell, and if, yes, we do want a shell also. So hit on the first one here itself. So these three only we want. Okay. Now move to the next. This is what it is. Now next what you have to do is, children, one more thing I will just ask you to do. This is the connector. So go for this Python connector. This you are going to need later on. Okay. So just hit on this one. Sorry. Like this you have to go. Okay. So this is also there. So the four things here we want. Okay. Uh, Now just click on next. It is saying yes, we want the same directory. Okay, now it is asking us to execute. Hit on execute. Downloading is done. You can see the arrows over here. This is getting downloaded. Install. Okay, so this is installed on your system. It will take a little while. See, downloaded already. Done. Let it go. Hit on next. Okay, so execute. This is now first it was downloading, now it is installing. So execute, it is installing. See, one by one. First one is complete. The second one, the status is right now installing and it is going on. Once it is 100% done, then we'll go for the second one. See here, children, we don't need to download the workbench separately. It is already done here itself with MySQL. What is a workbench? Workbench is nothing but again an ideally or a path in which we can run our SQL commands. We are having a shell also, and the connector also I just wanted you to download with the Python, because we will be learning how to connect our database that is created, or the table that is created in MySQL with Python program. So that's why the connector also, or otherwise later on separately we will have to do. So let's, when we are installing it right now, we can do it together. 44% done. Now go for next. Okay, this is done. Again, next. All here you don't need to check anything. Okay, this is port and everything. Let it take automatically. Okay, and now very careful. Here you have to give the password and you have to remember that password. So I am taking just MySQL. You also, whatever password you are giving, you must be very sure and write it somewhere what password you have decided here, because when you are going to do the connectivity of Python and MySQL, you are going to require this password. This is root password, very important. Okay, next. Now hit on the next one. This is apply configuration. Just select all. We're going to execute to apply all of them. This here, starting the server, and yes, it's done. Finish. Just hit on the next and it looks fine. So you can just finish. This is done. This is the shell. It has already started. Okay. So right now we don't want the shell, or this is what we will go to the workbench. See, children, just minimize this. Here we got. the workbench open. Or if you want to go, if it is not, then you can go to your startup menu and from there you can get. Now children, this is your first welcome page of workbench where we are going to write our queries. Okay, so go to the root first here, just click on. This is what you got, the page.
Install MySQL.
So this is here we completed. Okay, this is the window where we are going to write a code. Okay.